How's your group doing so far?
You know, I'm proud of them. You know, we put together an ABCs of what we wanted to accomplish in the spring. Everybody has three things. I challenged them with find three things that you want to improve on. And over the course of 15 practices, you know, did you improve on those things? So we reviewed that today kind of at the halfway point, and we have. We've progressed in each area that each of the guys have brought up. We didn't want to overwhelm them with 15 things they needed to get better at, but just three things that you can improve upon. So it has. We're making progress in that direction. Still got half a spring to go, but we've made a step in the right direction.
Were there any trends across all of your players in terms of what those three things were?
You know, a lot of them that was a common thing was communication, and that's one thing. They probably just listened to me, which is a good thing. I've challenged them with that. We got to be better communicators, and I want to hear a bunch of chatter out on the field. So as you guys are at practice and seeing things like that, if they're talking a lot, then we're getting everyone on the same page. You know, a lot of our mental errors that we had back during the season stem from alignment issues. You know, so the more that we communicate, the more we can all be on the same page, the better we are. So that has been a common theme.
You would have liked to have Nate out the last few games last year, but in some ways, did that kind of help bridge the gap?
Absolutely, it did. You know, and I'd mentioned that earlier in our meeting. You know, Robert Barnes, I thought, played his best 5 games of the year kind of towards the end of the season. Quinn Perry elevated his game. Everyone kind of had to. You know, you've got that backstop of Nate always there that is kind of the magic eraser that can clean everything up when it's not exactly right. And then when he was removed from the equation, it forced guys to step up into that role. So there was a great progression in those 5 games, and we've continued on that during spring.
I talked to Robert a couple of days ago, and he seems pretty excited about being more of a featured player in the defense this year in year 2 versus more of a role player in year 1
Right.
up until the last couple games of the year when he did play a lot more. What is he bringing to the table for you guys in year 2 from a leadership perspective and also just what he does on the field?
You know, what I'm really proud of Robert is just the physical part of his game has just come free so far throughout spring. And that's one of the things I challenged him with as the season went on. Robert was really good in coverage and doing things there, and he fit the runs well, but I challenged him. He's a big, strong man to be more physical in the run game, and he accepted that challenge. He's a very coachable player, so when you challenge Robert with something, he's going to absolutely go out and try to get that done. And so he has. I mean, he had the most physical scrimmage I've seen him play when we were in here on Saturday, and then he's continued to do that, and that's what I'm really proud of him about.
How have you guys adapted to doing more 4-3?
You know, it's been really good. I think our personnel lends itself to that. It's a natural fit for the guys that we have on our team. You know, it fits our strengths of what we do. And that's one thing that Coach Wilson has always kind of said to our defense is that we want to be custom tailors and not say, hey, here's our system, and then try to just fit you to our system. We want to find what are the guys we have and what do they do the best, and then go and put them in that position to do that. So we want to take their talents and the things that they do, and let's get them all in the right position to do that. So 4-3 really has lended itself to that. Not that we won't do anything. We still have our odd package and things that we'll get into with that, but it's been a good transition so far.
What do you think about your depth right now? Obviously, with guys like Robert and Quinn,
Yeah.
who have some a lot of snaps under their belt, and then them just being just flanked by guys like Mister and Marvin. Just overall, how do you feel about that? The depth.
You know, we're a little thinner than I want us to be right now, and you know, a lot of we played more 4 down. There's been a lot of 3 linebacker looks on the field, and so we need more depth in that area. But I'm really proud of the guys like Mister and those guys that have come on, and Marvin, that are really developing well. You know, from the roles that they had a year ago to now getting on the field and playing more often. And Owen Carey as well. He's done a great job. The guy's very smart. He's got a very, very high football IQ, and he's able to play in and out of different positions, which is very difficult for a freshman, especially an early enrollee freshman. He should be going to the prom this coming weekend, but he's out here. So he's really impressed me with what he's bringing to the group.
Was Mr. kind of in the mix mid-season last year? How was his progression?
Yeah, you know, it's just been a health issue with him and just staying healthy. So he was, and just getting him in a mode where he can participate full time, which he has been for the most part this spring, and getting him to that point. He's very instinctive. One thing I love, he is instinctive, and you know, he can just turn you know, something that looks bad into a great play. And few players have that ability to do that. So his instincts are what separates him from some of the other guys in terms of making plays.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
All right, see you guys.